Hey, it's Danette again. I just thought I'd take a minute. We just made that pantry stir fry, which honestly it really was good. So I hope you take some time, look through your pantry, look through your refrigerator, see what you have. Or if you have an opportunity to go to a food shelf, check some things out, see what they have to offer. Just remember that, if you're getting bagged produce, check the produce in the bag. Make sure that everything still looks good. Make sure that the leafy vegetables don't look wimpy or like they're going bad. The same with onions, the same with mushrooms. I mean, everything I used in that meal today came from the free grocery store in St. Paul, in the I Help grocery. That's exactly where it came from. So there's no shame in my game. I can go to the free grocery, and you can too if that's what you want to eat. If you have to make a choice between whether you're going to pay your rent or get groceries, or whether you're going to get your medical prescriptions or get groceries, take care of your business. Handle your business, pay your rent, keep a roof over your head, whether you be living in a van, in a tiny house, in a small apartment. I'm in a small apartment. Used to do the tiny house thing, but right now I'm in a small apartment with a very small kitchen, as you could tell from that video. But I'll try to set up the video a little better in the future so that you can get a better view of everything that's going on. Like I said, I'm new to this YouTube thing. But, like I said, there's no shame in getting free food. Especially if it's good, nutritious food. If you're getting meats from a free grocery or a free store or a food shelf, are they frozen? If they're frozen, you're all right. If they're in a can, check the cans when you get them. If the cans are dented in a way where you cannot open the can, or if they are bulging, like it's going to explode or something weird is happening with it, you may not want to get that can. If it comes to you in a food commodity box and it's looking kind of crazy like that, just toss it. Don't take a chance with your health. You don't need to be getting food poisoning or anything else. But there's plenty of really good food out there. And, a lot of people think food shelf. And they immediately think bread. And yes, there's a lot of bread at food shelves because grocery stores get a lot of bread. It says grocery stores get a lot of bread, food shelves get a lot of bread because the grocery stores give their overstocks of bread and other items, bread and pies and all that, to the food shelf. So yes, there are lots of bread options, but there are meat options, and there's options for rice and pasta, and sometimes things that you may have never heard of before or tried before. Stuffed grape leaves. I personally like stuffed grape leaves, but I enjoy eating Mediterranean dishes, which is why I'm going to be preparing dishes from around the world, especially Mediterranean dishes, because it's so good for you. The food is really nutritious and it's good for you. It's good for your overall health in your body. But the first time I had stuffed grape leaves, I thought, who in the world's going to want to eat grape leaves? And I tried them, and it truly was grape leaves. They were all folded up, and on the inside was rice with a little lemon juice, cooked rice with some lemon juice, olive oil. It was really delicious. And you can buy the stuffed grape leaves in a can, or you can actually make them. So that'll be one of the things that we may do in the future pretty soon here. Sorry, it's kind of noisy outside my window. Kids are playing football in the park. And when the park is your front yard, it's kind of how it is. But it's a nice day out. And like I said, the pantry stir fry was so easy to make. And when I came home, I was thinking, oh, I'm going to pick up the phone and I'm going to call one of those Asian food places and I'm going to order this, that, and the other and have it delivered, and then I'll be paying 15 to 20 bucks. But why do that and spend the little cash that I have on that when I have what I need right here? The olive oil came from the free grocery. The kit with the Asian vegetables and everything came from the free grocery. The mushrooms, the onions, even the can of garbanzo beans. It all came from the free grocery. And it was so easy. Just put everything together. Chop your vegetables. If the vegetables are coming as like whole cabbage or whatever, you can take the time to do all that chopping. If you're getting it from the free grocery and it's coming bagged like this, packaged like this, like what you see in the major grocery stores, because that's their donations, that cuts out all the fuss. It cuts out all the extra time for chopping and preparing that stuff. You're just basically opening the package, putting a couple of tablespoons of the olive oil in the pan, chopping your onion and your mushrooms, adding that first so that can start to cook. I didn't cook the onion to the point of it being caramelized, though, because this wasn't that type of recipe. Oh, I guess you can see Lacey in the background, my cat. She's in the window, looking at the kids over at the park, doing what she does. But it was so easy to make, and then I just made a cup of chamomile tea after that to go along with it. And with the chamomile tea, I have honey. I don't use a whole lot of sugar. I do use sugar more than artificial sweeteners, because I'm not really an artificial sweetener person. But my preference is honey. You see this? This is a small 4-pack of honey. Honey is from the bees. It's all natural. Honey lasts forever. It really never goes bad. So it's hard to mess this one up. So these honeys I didn't get from the free grocery. I actually got these from the Global Market. But it's a 4-pack of different flavors. So I got Minnesota clover honey, raw wildflower honey, lavender blossom honey, and cinnamon spreadable honey. And the neat thing about this is that wherever the bees pollinate, that's the flavor you get in the honey. And I'm telling you, this honey, they're all so good. So depending on the mood that you're in, if you're wanting to be a little more relaxed, try the lavender blossom honey. Because lavender, even the fragrance of lavender, is very helpful. It's soothing and relaxing to help people in the evening. Cinnamon, you may want to use cinnamon honey if you're having oatmeal or cream of wheat or hot cereals or things like that. You can also use that in coffee, because like I said, I like cinnamon in my coffee. Clover honey, it's just good to have. You can have it and have a piece of flatbread and use a little bit of honey on top of that, and that's delicious, And wildflower honey is another really tasty honey. So it's something different that you can do with something simple that just makes your day wonderful. It can take an everyday average day, or an everyday average meal, or an everyday average beverage, and make it so wonderful that you're treating yourself. And isn't that the whole point? Treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time in my kitchen.